Oh wait, so like this part's pretty funny right here. Look at that part right there. Let's take a look. Wait, you shouldn't open up the mistas carelessly. You've forgotten about the disorder caused by Tenmo Huiko? That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part right there. I actually say that in real life, but that's another story for another day. Hi guys, this is Shakugan, and today I'm here to talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but just never ever got around to because I don't have a complete collection, unfortunately. But yeah, here we go. The Shakugan no Shana Manga, which, yeah, right here, I have it. And you guys know that I have it because I mentioned it before when I was talking about my t-shirt and when I had it made and like how I confirmed that, you know, the different scenes were from the manga and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, like I said, there's only 6 volumes that were released domestically, so it is not the complete collection by any means. The full manga, I think, is about like 20 or 23 volumes or something, and then there was the light novel or the light novel which came out, like all of which did relatively well in Japan, but unfortunately that doesn't translate to it doing very well over here in the US. And these are actually quite old, so I had to go online to get these. Because, I mean, you can't just walk into the store and just think like, oh, you gotta find this. It's like, no, like I actually had to get these online, you know, and they haven't released any more in a really long time. And I don't think they're gonna release any more because they haven't in a really long time. Although maybe they might see this video and get inspired again. I have no idea. But yeah, 6 volumes. Interestingly enough, I'm going to say, as far as the story goes in the manga, I'm going to say this 1 to 6 covers about, I'm going to say, from episodes 1 to about 9 or 10 of season 1. You know, because like even though it's a lot more straightforward, like parts of it do kind of drag a little bit. I know like in the first 3 books, you got Friagne. Then like after with Friagne, then Marjorie comes in kind of at the end, and then you see her part. Now in the anime, that's a little bit different because, you know, the thing with Friagne dragged on for about 6 episodes, and Marjorie had already come in about episode 4. So it's like, okay, you know, they waited until that fiasco with Friagne was over. Then they introduced Marjorie, which I kind of found that to be funny. I think the movie actually was more loyal to the manga in that respect, even though they still did have Marjorie in there. They were more like loyal to it, you know, in that respect. But that's neither here nor there. All I know is that, like I said, they split it up a little bit. You know, so that was definitely a thing. Then you have like with Marjorie and that whole scene with like, you know, her trying to find and kill all the Crimson Denizens. Yeah, how'd that go for her? You actually get to see like the flashback in the manga version where Marjorie first becomes a flame haze. That's always interesting. Funny thing, actually, the art is a little bit more exaggerated, a little bit different than the anime. Like they got like that more cheapified look where they all kind of look like kids. Of course, Marjorie looks like an adult, and so does Friagne. But everybody else, including Yuji's mom, like all looks like kids. They all look like kids. Yeah, like here's Yuji's mom, you know, like I said, they all got like those big, giant, flying saucer anime eyes. It's just kind of funny. Let me show you Friagne. Oh gosh. There's Friagne and Marianne. You could tell either one of 2 things in this picture. Number 1, he's a lot older, and number 2, he's a bad guy. You know, You could just tell that just by looking at him at that point. You know, he has a few other scenes with him, which, yeah, very interesting stuff, I must say. Then Marjorie, she comes in around the end of book 3, because, like I said, that whole fiasco with Friagne, they had to clear that out first. And then they introduced Marjorie. So that was a thing. Let me try to find her, because she actually does look more grown up compared to everybody else who still looks like a kid. Oh my goodness. Well, here's her at the end anyway. That's kind of funny. But she did come in. Yeah, but she did come in at the end of book 3. Oh, here we go. There she is. So, yeah, there's a lot of scenes with Marjorie on my t-shirts, as we know, and I actually found a lot of the scenes in the manga that were on my t-shirt, so that was an interesting thing. Because there's a lot of Marjorie shots that I have here. And I'm not complaining. I actually like Marjorie, so, I mean, that's, you know, neither here nor there. And, there's Yuji's mom again. But yeah, like, I have a lot of love for the manga. I really enjoyed it. It's a little bit more straightforward than the anime, which is kind of confusing because, like, some stuff is a little bit different. But, you know, of course, like, the manga always differs from the anime in that respect. We all know that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a thing nonetheless, and you know, it happens. Now, there's actually one interesting thing that I want to talk about, and in book 5, they actually have a part where they went a little bit more light novelesque, and then after that, they actually cover a lot of that part that was talked about in a little light novel portion. And then they make that into a manga. And a lot of that part actually covers, like, you know, before Shana became a Flame Haze and when she was training with Sophie. There's Sophie. And anybody who knows about light novels knows that it's not like a manga. It's a lot more text heavy where you actually have to read and all this other type of stuff. Like check that out. Like, all that text right there, I had to read all that text. And I wear glasses, so that all gave me a lot of eye fatigue or whatever. But it wasn't too bad, you know, because afterward, then they, like, go right back into the manga portion, and then they kind of show you a little bit. And this part right here actually wasn't in the anime, so I can't really say whether or not it's, like, a flashback or anything. But, I mean, this is, like, I'm going to say, like, like, before everything, because, like I said, this is all talking about, like, before she became a Flame Haze. So, like, everything else is, like, you know, I'm going to say episode 1 to about episode 9 of season 1, and you have, like, this prelude part that is, like, you know, you didn't see that in the anime, and that's actually pretty cool because, like I said, it gives a lot more backstory. You know, like, everybody knows that, like, the manga always gives more backstory to the characters. There's Wilhelmina. You know, yeah, even Wilhelmina looks young. Looks like a kid. Let me see, there was this part. And Wilhelmina's ironing the book. You know, it is Wilhelmina again, of course. So, yeah, I'm really satisfied with the manga, but I really wish they had finished it. Like, I want to actually read the whole thing and, you know, be able to enjoy it. Because, like, you get to the end, like I said, I'm reading through it at that point, and I get to the end of I get to the end of book 6, and then I say to myself, you know, like, crap, they only covered up to, like, you know, that much, you know. Then you have the part where, you know, Marjorie flips out, you know, because she had her flashback, you know, like, when she first made a contract to become a Flame Haze, you know, and, like, all that kind of stuff. It's like, crap, they only covered up to, like, episode 9, you know, season 1. It's like, come on, you know, it's like, I want more, I want to read more. It's like, you know, I guess I'll have to, like, I don't know, manga fox it like the rest of everybody. But yeah, I do want to be able to support the series. Like I said, I do want them to be able to finish with that. And yeah, I wanted to try to talk about this without it being too much of a long-winded video. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about the Shakugan no Shana manga. And yeah, if you have it already and you want to talk about it, you talk about it in the comments below. If you want them to finish the manga like I do, then you could talk about that too. Maybe make a petition. I have no idea. But yeah. Here we go with Shakugan no Shana manga. Once again, my favorite. But anyway, till next time, folks. Later.